Welcome to day 4 of 30 of Beginner Rider Tips. So this morning I'm heading out to the barn and I'm thinking about all of you beginner riders that I'm trying to reach. By the way, my name's Miranda Jones. If I'm just popping up on your phone, I am a horse trainer and a mom, and I love sharing all of the things that I do horse training with my clients here on my page. And then I also share a ton of stuff about the riding lessons that I've been doing for the past 15 years here on my page that have helped like probably hundreds of clients at this point. So go ahead and tap my little picture on the side of the screen if you don't want to miss out on any of these tips. Today is one that is something that I repeat all the time in in-person lessons for beginners. And I think I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't put it here. But I also feel like probably a lot of you have heard it, and that is your eye should be going where you want the horse to be going, not where you're afraid of the horse going. Or like another way that I end up yelling at my clients for this thing is put your eyes up, or look where you're going. Any of those phrases all kind of suit the same principle to this tip for you beginner riders. And that is like, you need to be looking at where you're going. And here's what happens is typically, you are trying to figure out what it is that you're doing with your horse that is making your horse do a thing. And so that automatically draws you down. Like you go to look down at your horse to see if they're doing the thing. And this is why like the like rhythm and balance and feel and all those things are so dang important, is because you need to be able to feel if your horse is doing it right, so that you're not looking down to see if your horse is doing it right. And so it's one thing for me to tell you not to look down, okay, or not to look at the place that you're afraid to go, but like, what should you actually be doing? So you want to be looking at the place that you actually want your horse to go. If you want to go down the trail, you need to be looking down the trail, like at least 5 to 6 steps ahead of where the horse is at. Or like if you're on a reining pattern or something in the arena, you need to be watching like 5 to 6 strides ahead of where you're at. It's kind of like reading music. Any of you musicians out there who like, you have to read phrases ahead of where you're actually at on the music. So the other thing that you can do that really helps is practice using your peripheral vision. So like if you have a point that's directly in front of you, say I'm trying to stare at this point, then I am staring at the point, but I am trying to pay attention to the things that are like moving in the bottom of my eyesight. And if you practice those things, like even this exercise here where you're staring at a specific point, but then you are actually like intentionally with your brain paying attention to the movements out of the corner of your sight, that is going to help so much, because you can actually look at your horse if you're staring straight ahead at where you want, and you'll be able to see, like my horse's shoulders obviously are not going to be up by my nose, but for camera sake here, you can see the movement of your horse's shoulders and withers as you're riding around the arena while you keep your eyesight ahead. And if you get good at paying attention to that, then you'll be able to tell what lead your horse is in, if they switch leads, what diagonal your horse is on, if your horse is walking. I mean, honestly, if you're walking, trotting, cantering, you should be able to like feel that. But those are all the little like watching and paying attention to those withers and how they're moving out of the peripheral of your vision should be kind of like a hack until you get better at feeling it. And the only way that you're going to get better at feeling it is if you do it a bunch, and if you're not staring down at your horse. The other thing that like when you're staring down at your horse, yes, it throws all your riding position out, but then it also kind of like caves in your chest and makes you feel like we talked about earlier in this series, like makes you feel a little bit anxious because now you're breathing in the top of your chest and your body is starting to creep into that like fetal position. So you need to sit up straight, look forward, open that chest, breathe deep, take the anxiety out, be confident, look forward, use the peripheral of your vision to be able to see what's happening underneath of you. Okay? Happy trails, good luck, go give it a try. And even if you're not on your horse, like if you can't get to the barn today, use these little exercises to where you're practicing intentionally looking at things in the peripheral of your vision. Okay, love you guys and hope you have this helps you out with your horses.